Hey guys, this is Shane and welcome to my Curator of the Lost channel. Today, hey, I want to talk about, as a bookseller, a mindset or a difference in perspective of something being hardcore or a hard road. And the question is, which one are you? Which way do you tend to lean? Do you tend to think of things as being, hey, I'm going to be hardcore on something, or this is a hard road? And it's a matter of perspective and what we choose. So, and it can improve our whole experience in really everything in life, but definitely in our reselling, book selling activities. So before I jump in, I want to say thank you. Thanks for the channel support, the views, the comments, and I look forward to your feedback on this subject and how you land. But I'll tell you as a lead in, what made me think of this topic is, so earlier this week, I stopped by a thrift store. It's on the way home from work, and it's a quick stop for me if I can stop by, because it literally is like on the road on the way home, and they've started to improve their stock. But I got in and found a couple of books, and I was coming out. So the store, I was coming out and going this way to my car, and there were two girls and a guy coming this way. So I was going this way and they were coming this way, kind of at a V. We weren't crossing each other. But as I was they were in my peripheral vision, I saw them stop. And one of the girls just projectile vomits in the parking lot road. Just, bleh. She takes a step and she does it again. I mean, this is not just this is like serious vomit, like puking her guts out, as they say, right? Well, so I stopped and I'm looking at this. I'm thinking, is she okay? This is crazy, right? But I'm also thinking, thank goodness I was not behind them going in. I was headed the opposite direction, or I wasn't like going right by them, right? I was doing this. I was away from them. Well, then as she takes another step again toward the door, she does a third projectile vomit. And the guy that was with her at this point had just divorced himself of the whole situation and kind of gone just away from her. But her other girlfriend was a few steps away waiting on her. And she gets to the door and she wipes her mouth and goes, woo! And then just goes on into shop. And I'm thinking, now that is hardcore thrifting. That is, I don't know what she was going, that's hardcore. And, I'm thinking, a note for any viewers out there, if this is you, okay, but please, if you're doing that in the parking lot, just get in your car and go back home and get well, or go to the dock, right? Don't go on in the store. So I was both fascinated and appalled by this whole thing, but it made me think of this concept of, man, she's hardcore. And as booksellers, as resellers, sometimes when something's hardcore, and what we might mean by that, but the flip side of that is there's a mindset, right? That is how we choose to approach something as being hardcore about something, or this is a hard road and I'm having a negative feeling about it, right? And so let's unpack some of that. I've had experiences myself where, like, I went to an estate sale and it was up a street that had a slope on it, slope lot, so you had to go up and go upstairs, and then the books were upstairs, so you're like 5 flights of steps. And I found a lot of books, and then I'm hauling these, and I think that I bought a bunch of military books. There were about 100 of them. I had them in boxes, and I'm taking them down the street to my car and stages and my truck, and I'm thinking, it was hot, and I'm like, this is tough. And it's one of the downsides of books, right? Sometimes they're heavy, especially, depending on what your physical ability is or how many of them are book sets. And you can view that as being, this is a hard thing, I don't want to do it, and it's all negative. But you can also view it as being, listen, I'm getting this done, and I'm going to be hardcore about this and get it done, and I'm making a profit, and these are awesome finds. And it's a mindset. You flip that bit, right? The other thing, it goes into listing, right? You can think of your death pile as being this negative thing, and it can weigh on you. I know it does me. But if I buckle down and I say, this is not a hard road for me to get through. This is me being hardcore. I'm going to get on here and do this. And I choose to have a positive attitude about this. And it improves the whole situation, makes you more, it makes you more efficient. it allows you to get more done, and it actually just makes you feel better about the whole situation. So it's it's a topic that, how do you approach things, and it's kind of like your worldview, right? And do you want to be hardcore about something, or do you just want to succumb to the hard road? And I'm telling you, it's a human nature thing, and I think we all struggle with it at some point. But I try to take time, just even if it's just a few seconds every day, and instead of concentrating on what the negative thing might be, flip it and think about the positive things that I have and the positive things that are happening and the blessings we have, right? So it's sometimes it's hard, especially when you've got a lot of adversity in your life, to focus on that. But it does help. And I know it's a little tongue-in-cheek with the whole thing, but it was from this girl that literally, I mean, I'm not saying she was right doing it, but that was hardcore thrifting. So where do you land in that, and how do you handle it? I'm interested to hear. I know we all struggle with things, and we all have ways our mentality, but it's our choice on that worldview. It's our choice on how we approach book selling and the trials and tribulations in there, whether that's the ebb and flow of sourcing, something not selling the way we want, fees going up, just the hassle of carrying books to the post office or wrapping or listing. How do we approach it with a mindset that we're going to have a hardcore mindset, we're going to have a positive mindset, and it's going to improve our overall experience, which in turn ultimately improves our sales, and our profits, and everything about it. So anyway, you got see cool, buy cool, and list it so you can sell it, and be hardcore. Talk to you soon. Bye.